What's up guys, I'm George and welcome back to Maker's Best Friend, where we show you guys DIY projects. Today I'm finally making my own smoked liquor station for the house. Check it out. So one of my absolute favorite things is to go to a wedding or to a restaurant and find out that they have like a smoked old fashioned or any real cool smoked drink that they might offer. You get to see them light up the wood chips and actually fill up the glass with smoke, and it looks so cool and it tastes delicious. So today I decided we're gonna make our own smoked drink station at home, where I get to make this drink whenever I want and enjoy it, and it'll look really cool. So I'm gonna show you two ways to do this. One for beginners, real easy, real fast, and then one that's a little bit harder that will actually add a little bit more taste to the drink, and it'll look that much cooler. Check it out. Okay, so the first thing, I have just a piece of wood here. I suggest using a hardwood, that way when you burn it, it will last longer. I have my whiskey glass here, which I am going to put, and I'm actually gonna trace out 2 cups, and then the center I am gonna trace out the area for actually doing the wood burning, and that'll work for both the beginner and advanced portion of it. And I'm not gonna use any advanced tools for this. I'm actually gonna hand carve out these circles just to show you guys that you can do this too without any tools. Check it out. So I actually just got this cool little hand carving kit off of Amazon. It actually came with a carpenter's pencil and a ruler and some sandpaper. Those you don't really need, but it's nice when you get free stuff. And a nice set of these hand carving tools, and then a stone for sharpening it, which I'll have to learn how to sharpen these, but I actually have never hand carved anything before, and I'm really excited. I hope I don't screw this up. Let's get to carving. All right, hand carving takes forever, so plan a lot of time. I only got the middle done so far, and instead of hand sanding this, it's just gonna take too long. I gotta get this done for you guys. So I'm gonna use a power sander and just smooth out all of this. It's just indented a little. It's just to keep the glasses from slipping off and just have a dedicated area for actually doing the wood burn. So let's sand it up. And then we're gonna do the same hand carving for the sides. All right, here we go. All right, a lot of lessons learned. Hand carving is a lot harder than I thought. The glass fits really well on it, and I made enough room so that it could actually sit inside. I'm gonna wood burn the entire piece. I think it will give it like a nice burnt look and touch for the final piece. And then this part is done. I'm gonna show you at the end how you can smoke your own glasses with just this piece right here. But before that, let's get into making this quick, a little bit more advanced piece that will let you actually smoke inside the glass with the liquor inside. And it's gonna be worth it. Check it out. So we're making essentially something that's called a Foghat smoker, and it costs like more than 60 bucks online. But I'm just gonna be using a bunch of scrap wood that I have lying around the shop. I've got a strainer from the kitchen sink. This was from the dollar store, so it's just $1. If you don't have this, you can just use any kind of metal grate. You could use aluminum foil, but again, dollar store, nice and easy. So essentially, we're gonna be making a bunch of circles. I'm gonna show you guys right now. I'm gonna make them on the bandsaw, and then I'm gonna lay them out for you. But essentially, we're gonna be making 2 circles for the top of the glass, and they just have to be wider than the glass. I'm gonna make them a bit wider because I want to be able to make this work for bigger glasses. I don't know how much bigger it'll get than this. but essentially 2 circles that are bigger than this. One of them will be closed, the other will be open. This will be sitting on the one that's open, and then we need 3 pieces of this wood because that's how far down it goes. And we're gonna make the circles wide enough for the lip of the strainer so that it sits on top. And then at the bottom, we're gonna get small right at the end. It's gonna be about the diameter of this bottom nook here, which will have holes, and that will feed smoke to the bottom. All right, so I cut out the circles. It's getting a little bit late, so we're gonna try and finish this one up. I decided this design is just gonna be my proof of concept because I would like to do this with nicer wood, make it look a lot nicer, and I'm trying to get this video out this week for you guys. So we're just gonna use some glue and put this together and show that it works so that you guys can make it yourself. So we've got, this is gonna be the top piece. Cut out a little dowel, that way it'll be the holder. Now, this is our sink drain, and this is the one that it fits on. So I'm actually gonna CA glue this to it so it doesn't move anymore. And then we've got cascading rings. So 1, 2, 3, and then this is gonna be the bottom. So we're gonna have 4 rings. I don't have a spindle sander yet, so it's hard to sand the inside of these. And again, it's just gonna be a prototype. So this is gonna be the inside. It's gonna be 3 rings that are open, all becoming smaller and smaller. This would be a lot easier to turn. Maybe we'll do that in another project. Comment below if you wanna see this done nicer with some turning, if you have those type of tools. For this bottom one, we need to create holes that go from the top to the sides so that the wood burning actually seeps through and goes into the glass. So I'm actually making my holes pretty big because I wanna make sure plenty of smoke is released. So I'm gonna screw in through the side here. You can see the drill goes right through that hole I just made, which means that should work pretty well, I hope. All right, so I'm gonna drill holes all around the same style, and that should let the smoke seep into the glass at the end. As I let the wood glue dry, I'm actually going to char it up, and I'm hoping we'll see a little bit of that smoke effect start to happen right away from the bottom. But I want it to match the board, so we're gonna smoke it up. All right, so we've created this kind of prototype of a more advanced smoker for the whiskey. We're gonna get to that, but as promised, I'm gonna show you if you stopped at that first step and had just created this board which can sit at your bar, we can use this just to smoke the glass and it'll add some nice flavor. So check it out, we're gonna do that first, and then we're gonna test this guy out. So easy as that. And you can see nice smoked glass. Oh, smells great. So these are some cherry pellets that you can smoke and put into the glass, and it'll add like a nice cherry smoky flavor. And the glass is like, I wish you guys could smell this. So the whiskey alone would be great for this, but the real Kraken is to be able to put your drink here and then smoke it. And that's what this guy should let us do. Absolutely delicious. Wow, so that worked really well. I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, go ahead and like below. As always, thanks again for watching. Peace.